All right, guys, welcome back to Unposted Podcast. I'm really excited for my guest today. I have the one and only Mike Ferguson, and Mike has done everything under the sun in the industry in the last several years.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's everywhere, guys. If you look him up on YouTube, he's trending bounty hunter, Mike Ferguson bounty hunter. Hulu, I mean, movies, I'll have you kind of go into depth a little bit as far as what you've done, but he's done everything. So if you haven't seen him yet, and this is your first time, just keep an eye out because you'll start seeing him everywhere. But welcome, Mike Ferguson.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys. It's funny. You asked me to be on the show, and I didn't know who the fuck it was hitting me up. And I just said yes anyway. Because I never say no to crap. You know what I'm saying? I used to say no to a lot in my life. And it led to me to what? Nothing.
Right.
So I said yes, and I drove all the way down here, and I still didn't know it was you and George. Here's the thing, is that I'm pretty much on every platform right now. I'm from MTV to TikTok to Snapchat to Facebook to Instagram. I'm trending. Yeah. And I'm doing ads with Meta. I'm doing ads with private companies and brands because they know that I'm over.
Right.
What the funny thing is, and somebody was asking me the other day, they're like, are you bummed out you're not doing TV? And I'm like, why? And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, only 1 million people watch that show.
No, TV's like not.
It's a joke.
Where the main the eyeballs are.
And also not in movies. Let's take a look at The Fall Guy right now. Because the premise of Barbie was great, but Ryan Reynolds wasn't over. Is that his name? Not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Gosling, yeah.
Get him confused.
His movie bombed. 28 million worldwide. It was 150 million to make and then 50 million to promote. Yeah. 28 million. So in that same period of time, I had 3 or 4 or 5 videos go over 150 million views. And I was trending on Hulu with a movie. I have 6 other movies on Hulu right now at this time.
That's crazy. Across all platforms.
All platforms. There's not one that I'm not on.
All ages, all demographics. Like he's on like kids, not kids, but
I'm on younger
kids,
people. I'm in so I do children's content.
Right.
There's a couple channels I could do on that are 6 to 12. Then I got 16 to 35. Right. I'm hitting it's 24, 16 to 24. I'm hitting that demo. Then I'm hitting a 24 to 35 demo. And then I trickle all the way down to old people. People like me right now.
He's popping right now.
It's popping. Popular. But it's stressful.
Yeah. I can imagine being on. I mean, how many movies have you done in the last couple years? I know you told me a little bit ago.
Okay, so I started acting 8 years ago. And
how old are you now?
I'm 52 years.
You're 52 years and 8 years ago.
I was 43, 44 years old.
Right. Yeah. Which is crazy because I know a lot of people in the industry, as far as like acting and entertainment, they start at a really young age. So for you to step into that space, kind of unknowingly as an actor, already, had a whole life before you.
It was, here's the real story. Is I deal with a lot of anxiety. If it was tattoo shops or tattooing or tattoo conventions, I understood that. Machine shops, welding, I can do all of that. I've done that. But when it came to acting, I wasn't shit. I was nothing. I think I did Silicon Valley. And Mike Judge came out and gave me direction. It was one first show I ever did. I was so anxiety-ridden that I had Tawana wait in the parking lot of the Sandra Bland prison because she was my buddy, my partner, or whatever. But she sat there and knew of my anxiety.
Right.
And, it's been a lot of sets since then.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have happened. I've learned how to build something a little bit better. And I'll be honest with you. Look, mental health is a serious problem in America. And we don't you see me doing all this cool shit.
Yeah.
But I've been hurting or I've been alone. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting in my apartment breaking scripts for 4 or 5 days by myself.
Yeah. And that's the stuff nobody sees.
And I was a guy that was always scared to be alone. I was terrified of it. I never wanted to be alone. I always had to have a girlfriend. I always had to. That was Mike Ferguson. I had never lived alone.
Yeah.
In my entire life until 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have a studio apartment in Hollywood, California. Fun story. Listen, guys, I've been married for over 25 years. And 4 years ago, I got separated. And it destroyed my life. I didn't want to get separated. No guy, I didn't want to get separated.
How long were you together?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Which I can imagine. I was married, divorced, but I was only married for like 8 months. So
Yeah.
And it was still, life shattering at the time.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine, anybody, I know that's unfortunately pretty common now.
Well, I mean, my life wasn't common. See, in this situation, look, you take two people, you put them together, we're kind of fucked up. My wife is from Watts. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Go Bruins! And you put them together and you try to get them to hold it together to get them fucking kids out the house.
Right.
And my children are all grown up. My youngest will be 22 this August. Love her to death. She's my angel. She's tough as shit. Smart as hell. She made me buy a PS5 and never plays with me. What? Very upset with that.
Oh my gosh.
And when I've done a lot of things in my life and stuff like that, but being alone was a difficult thing for me. Yeah. In acting, that's all you are.
Yeah.
Is you're alone working on this character, this thing.
Yeah.
Until you
perform or go out.
I just did a movie called Dracula LA, and I'm actually a producer on that. Tim, Mitch, you guys are my boys. I lost 15 pounds for that role.
For that role?
For a low-budget indie movie. I lost 15 pounds for it, and everybody's like, are you okay, Mike? And I'm like, this is Dracula LA. I'm a detective. I should look LA sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a purple satin shirt, nice tailored pants, nice shoes. All while I'm losing weight during this, I'm working nonstop. Yeah. I just brought my eating down to 1 time a day. And here I am flying in helicopters, smashing through walls.
Guys, I don't think you realize this guy is on the go nonstop. So, literally nonstop.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I was supposed to go do, and I'm so sorry, I was supposed to do a table read today. And I was doing this, and I don't want to get burned out talking to people. I'm a little selfish with my time, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. And I don't like to overread with people.
Yeah.
This last movie was very close to my heart because the whole idea of someone changing their whole world because of love for another person, I really attach that to my own life.
Yeah. Like the love for your life, you mean?
The love for my wife.
Oh, for
my wife. Like literally, like I begged her to do this role.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. I was like, it would make it so real. But I made it as real as I could. And it was real for me. And it was a lot for the lead actress to take because I didn't rehearse with her at all.
Oh, wow.
I did a couple things, but it's like, I'm very method, so I'll sit and do by myself. You'll see me joke around and shit, but usually I'm sitting by myself on set when I'm shooting a movie. Yeah. Because I'm trying to stay in it as much as possible.
What is that process like? Because I'm not an actress. I've acted in some things. I would not consider myself an actress, but I'm a dancer, so I understand performance and being able to tap into a character.
I use emotions to do it. Like for this character, this Detective Drake, he just was in love with this chick. Like super, like ridiculous love. Like, so I tapped into that. And then to use that to tell the story that I could attach my emotions to.
Right.
So it was real. And all of this anguish and all of this pain, I'm reliving all of my anguish, pain, and love. So, when you're a method actor, nobody tells you how to get rid of that. Nobody tells you how to get rid of that in life.
To tap into it. But then not relive it.
And then put it away. Look, the first movie I ever did, I raped a man in the shower.
Yeah.
And it took hours. And he broke. He was method and he broke. I'm about to do another movie with him. The first movie I did, because I had a look, was I raped a man in the shower in prison. And it was an anti-death penalty movie. I only had a couple of hours to decide whether or not I was going to do this.
Oh.
I didn't know anything about acting. And here I am fighting with my underwear like a G-string with this actor who's an incredible actor. He's done Disney. He's done all these other movies and things. I'm really honored to work with him again. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So welcome to acting.
Yeah. How did you land that role going back?
How did I land it? My martial arts ability. So that was, I just was at the right place at the right time. I looked scary as shit. My face was shaved. I shaved
You
my
definitely
head.
have a standout look.
Yeah. It's for kids.
You
love
were
it. It's weird.
noticeable in a room.
I showed up. I saw on Craigslist they were hiring for stunt guys. So I was there to go fight. And boom, I meet Timothy Woodward. I meet Henry Penzie, Mark Wahlberg's ex-assistant. I'm at the Golden Ring right there. Timothy Woodward has an Emmy now. Tim, you should fucking hire me. I want to work with you again. But that was my first movie, and I got to work at Bruce Dern, Denise Richards, Michael Perry, Gronk. Like, gosh darn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I raped somebody. But in the reviews, they talked about how terrifying it was. So I evoked a response. It was real enough for the viewer to see that. They didn't like the rest of the movie.
But your scene.
My scene stood out. So then that same director brought me back and back and back.
Because you got a response from the audience.
Because I got a response from the audience. The viewer was disgusted by this big, ugly, naked dude raping a smaller man. And those are the first lines I ever said was, I'm going to skull you, fuck you, pretty boy.
Wow.
I went home. I threw up. I drank a half bottle of Jack Daniels. I didn't have sex with my wife for a week.
Wow.
That's how deeply that fucked me up.
I mean, I can imagine tapping into roles like that.
I didn't know what I was doing. Like, literally, Kai fought me. He fought me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to let him fall in the shower.
Yeah.
We're both in our underwear. It's uncomfortable. We're beyond that now. Like, I'm saying terrible things to him. I'm grabbing his head. And it got bad. They even where the crew's like, we should fucking stop this. And the director's like, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah. No. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And so I took a step back from acting.
Yeah. After that job.
Sort of, yeah. Well, I went to a community acting school.
Okay.
And so you talk about, here I am, the big tough guy, just got on a set, was terrified because I raped a man on film. So I go to this community acting school, and it's cool. This guy used to do a bunch of Bruce Willis movies and stuff. Moved to Temecula, makes commercials. Fucking great life.
Yeah.
Isn't hate life. So I go to this thing for like 3 weeks, and then this soap opera star, this guy who's never worked since, he did a couple soap operas. He got on there, monologued his ass, and made me look like a dick. And I took it. He was a better actor than me. He could. Doesn't mean you should, but that was the last community acting class that I took. And I've been to many acting schools. I've spoken at them. I have a method that I use, and it works for me. I can't say it works for everybody, but there is a method I use with emotional attachments to roles. In every terrible person, there is something redeeming about them.
Yeah.
So you have to find that.
Yeah.
And you have to show that while being terrible.
Right.
And so that the audience can see that kind of likable or whatever if you're playing with that. But that leaves you with a ton of shit where you're just a terrible look. I just raped somebody on screen for 4 hours. Yeah. What do you do with that?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's. I couldn't. I'm like even trying to process how I would go about a scene. Like, I don't know. I always say I could never be an actress.
Yeah, no.
I can.
You are though. You. Here's the thing. We're always acting. It's the levels that we'll go to.
It's the levels, yes.
Yeah.
It is, and I think me being somebody, you know, it's cool you're able to come on here and talk about this stuff because for me, for years and years, I would brush things under the rug and not talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody would ever know, you know, things. Yeah. But with my dance and things, emotion, there's contemporary, there's different styles of dance where you do have to pull those emotions from. Dance is kind of acting. It is
100%. It is. It's its own art form that requires its own emotional input into it, and that's the artist's play.
Yeah.
We're nuts.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
But it's interesting because it's easy to bring it out in a different character than it is in just real life. For me, at least.
Here's the thing: is you manifest things. I didn't get into being 8 years ago at 44 years old. I was going to be this big actor, and this was going to be my career. I had 5 tattoo shops and everything, and I had a tattoo supply company, and I had tattoo conventions that I threw. I was making fuck tons of money,
right?
But I wasn't fulfilled.
You weren't fulfilled.
I wasn't fulfilled. My own life was having problems with my personal life. And I wasn't fulfilled by the tattooing or the millions of dollars. I could give a shit about all that.
Right.
In 2016, I started acting. 2017, I sold 2 tattoo shops. And I became partners in a marijuana farm. I was always anti-marijuana.
Interesting.
Super anti-marijuana.
Really?
Yeah. My daughter had, because it makes people lazy. It really does. There's people that just are never going to do shit on it.
Yeah, I've never smoked, but.
I smoke every day, 365 days a year, 23 hours a day. Listen, I'm not saying anybody do that, but in the state of California, it's medicine. And it helps me severely with my processing. I'm ADHD.
Yep. Right.
I have attention deficit disorder. I will bounce around to 17 different subjects in the same conversation.
I think I tell George, I'm like, I feel like I have ADHD. Focusing on,
one thing. Yeah, no, it is. It's 100. But I tell you what, is that with my use of medicinal marijuana, is that I can focus a lot easier on things. I can focus on reading lines. I can focus on workouts. I can shut everything else out and just concentrate on one thing at a time.
Which is super powerful to be able to do.
That's a first. It starts. Here's something. I used to be in the bodybuilding industry, and I was with 5% Nutrition. My wife was a bodybuilder, so of course we got sponsored because everything
you're a couple,
is about fucking money.
Yes, of course.
And whatever hobby you do, you make money from that hobby if you can, because it's not a job, it's a hobby. So we were sponsored by 5% Nutrition, and I learned a lot about bodybuilding. I learned a lot about dieting. Look, part of my process is, it's going to fucking sound weird, is I usually diet for a lot of roles. If you guys notice, remember the movie The Flood? I shot that a month before I shot Static Coats. I was big as fuck in The Flood. I weighed another 20 pounds heavier than when I was in Static Coats. I did another movie, Protos or something like that. I don't know if that's the name of it. Literally, it was in a downtown LA warehouse with concrete with a steel roof, no insulation. So it's 110 degrees in there.
Oh my gosh.
I lost 15 pounds on that fucking 1 week shoot right after shooting The Flood. And literally every movie I go through, that's part of my shedding or changing my body. I changed my body. I literally just shot Dracula LA. I shaved my fucking head.
Wow.
We got to do reshoots too. And I was like, I did it after Desert Dawn. I was such a scumbag that I needed to feel like I wasn't that person anymore.
Interesting.
So
changing your appearance kind of helps shed that previous character that you've played, or
yeah, I'm ready to shave my mustache and a handlebar mustache. Like I gotta,
That's crazy.
because literally I need to separate myself from that character, and people don't understand that. Look,
no.
All artists, all actors are a little off.
Yeah,
we're eccentric. We live in the past.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
we live in the. Look, I don't try to. My past is my past. I can give two shits. I live for the future, but I use a lot of the emotional triggers from my past.
Yeah.
And what's great these days is acting has helped resolve my anxieties, my inability to communicate well. I was a big, giant, yoked up dude. Fuck you. Okay, Mike. You're going to do that. Okay, Mike. You know what I'm saying? So literally I had that my whole life. I had assistants. I had people to do. If I wanted a cheeseburger in San Diego, there was a person that would drive 3 hours down to San Diego, get me my cheeseburger.
That's crazy.
And tell me thank you, sir, at the end. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Lance Rafferson, Mayo, Nessa Way, Tangus, all of you. I appreciate you. You guys are all making a living now. You're fucking welcome.
You did that.
I don't know. Here's the thing: is being a tattoo artist. I mean, I had 5 shops around the country. I taught 7 people how to tattoo. They own houses now. I help people have lives. All those shops are still around.
Wow.
I didn't get rid of them because they weren't doing good.
You just had a different path that you wanted to go down.
Well, I built that all. So here's the thing: in real life, I built that all with a family. I used to have the girls in the back of the tattoo shop in a crib. We'd be at conventions. I'd have my kids there in the crib. There'd be other kids there. Yeah. It was that thing. So when I got separated, it was devastating. Yeah. It was devastating. I even had a friend move out and stay with me for 3 months in 2020, Danny Radio Norwood, because I was in such bad shape. I went to Bakersfield. I had just given my other tattoo shop, gave it away. Chris, you're welcome. I gave you a tattoo shop. You drive a fucking Jaguar. Ha! You know what I'm saying? I did that. You had all that time and you did it. It was me. And, but no, I mean, I was really, I think when you suffer loss is when you move forward the most emotionally.
Definitely.
And I had never really known loss. I've been winning since coming out of the birth. I'm a white alpha male in a country at the time. Love that shit.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of benefits from that.
Right.
And it was time to get my card punched. Did.
Yeah.
I got a quick dose of reality in 2020. The whole world changed.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about COVID. But I think that thing in my life, that one linchpin, I gave up on pursuing the tattoo thing, which I was famous in. I was in books, magazines, documentaries.
Right. You were known for that.
I was known for that worldwide. When they had magazines on the shelves, I was in every
Which is
one.
interesting because, entertainment going down this road of acting, a lot of people try to be famous, right?
Yeah.
And well known. But you already had
had
that.
Yeah.
So your intention going into this world of entertainment and acting was not to be famous.
No, it was to fix the holes in my heart. Mm-hmm. Me getting into acting, look, when I was a little kid, I come from an abuse home. I mean, most of us do. Look, Mom and Dad, I love you very much. You did the best you could. Remember I said earlier, two people get together, are fucked up, try to hold it together. And you do better each generation. I'm going to tell you both I love you very much, but I had a terrible childhood.
Yeah.
And I would run. My dad worked all the time. Mom had her issues. Everybody had their shit. I would watch Star Trek. I would watch Three's Company. I would watch these sitcoms that have this deep-rooted, good overall feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Star Trek gave me morals. I hate to say it. you know what I'm saying? Because it made me want to learn more, want to do more. So here I am. COVID's happening. I'm 48 years old. Yeah. I just gave my last tattoo shop to my business partner. I drove up to Bakersfield. I'm going to tattoo. I just did a YouTube video. This is a funny story. For Ryan Prunty. I drive up there. I'm just going to tattoo. Fuck the world. I have a 3,000 square foot shop, 1,500 square foot art gallery I own with a half pipe, a kitchen, and its own bathroom.
Wow.
So I moved into that motherfucker. It was great.
Oh, wow.
It's funny because so listen, everybody has all these dreams. They're newly, freshly single. I would have girls come to there and I would just tell them about how much I love my wife. Oh. It was the saddest fucking thing. They would give me hugs and I'd kick them out. And so here I was, and then I'm watching we've got the TV on in the shop, and the YouTube video I just did comes out. It's at like 1.2 million.
Oh, wow.
And he looks at me and I looked at him. I'm like, shit's about to change. And he's like, sure enough, I came back, started filming. It started snowballing. It's funny because right before COVID hit, I did a pilot called Manhunters for the company I did Death Squad, a TV show I shot in Armenia. I did a pilot for them playing a bounty hunter. Me and my wife, we were separated.
But you still shot together.
It was my show, and I wanted to shoot with her. She was the champion of wrestling. She was a bigger name than me, and I loved her to death. Yeah. And so they gave me a 5-episode pilot, 5 one-hour episodes. They were spending $25,000 per episode.
Wow.
We shot at a real strip club. We shot at a motel. We shot in downtown LA and had explosions, man. That's how much money they put because they believed in me. This licensing company, fucking sweetest people in the fucking world. You guys know you should bring my show back because I'm over. But anyway, so we do the show and COVID hits. So and the riots hit. And I'm like, they're never going to fucking pick that show up. It's me beating people of color to death.
Yeah.
And they picked the show up.
Wow.
They're going to do a full 13 one-hour episode run. We're going to shoot in December. So, and I hit Tuan up. We're not together. And look, I was working. My first job was in August. I shot the last deal in August 2020. I worked nonstop. I knew COVID was real.
Right.
I was in Texas. I was in New York. I saw the hospitals. I would have to go get tested. I saw everything. I knew it was real, but I was going to go out to Valhalla on the battlefield if it was going to get me. It was really shit. I isolated myself as much as I could and just worked. But so the show gets canceled in December because COVID flares back up. It's deep pockets. It's not fucking advertisers. It's a billionaire who owns a company. So life sucks again. And then this fucking slap I did on that show goes viral on TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
5
As TikTok is starting to, it's new now. TikTok started in like 2020.
20
right?
Yeah, well, it was brand new when I went
like
viral. 5.2 million views on TikTok in 2020. And that made me viral, went me up to like 100,000 followers overnight. And then the YouTubers started calling me. And Ryan Prunty was the first one that got through to my agent to bring me in. And I knew at that first show that I had to go. Like, I literally was the sharpest I had ever been.
Yeah.
I knew this was, and as soon as they started the camera, I took the fuck over. And hi, I'm Mike Ferguson, professional bounty hunter, blah, blah, blah. And I met my wife in this job 20 years ago, blah, blah, blah. And they just let me expand.
You have your own character on these shows now.
I'm me. It's not even a character.
No,
it's just me. Just me a little bit hyperactive, more hyperactive. And it's funny, guys. So I do drink pre-workout before I shoot these YouTube videos.
Wow.
Or Monsters. I live on Monster because it's that much energy.
I told you, George, we should have gotten Monsters. I said, I think we should get.
Oh yeah, I got the coffee. Look,
I said, I think Mike drinks Monsters.
Not this late at night. Look, but at the end of the day, I mean, literally, it was a fluke. It was literally. Look, me and my wife weren't together, and they pitched me the show, and we went back and forth with it. I'm like, fuck it, you're my best friend. I'd rather do a show with you.
Yeah.
And it was really, really bad improv, dick and fart jokes, but we were so new to improv. My improv is G-rated, family-friendly love.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, my goodness.
But at that time, it was very crude. And so here I am. I did this show, and they hired me, and I still got the car. That I bought that car, the cop car I drive, for the pilot. They wanted to put me in a Suburban. And I'm like, no, y'all, let me buy this beat-up cop car. We're going to destroy it when they decided they were going to do 13 episodes. We're going to destroy it. They're going to buy me a brand new car.
What?
It's a licensing company. A billionaire owns it. They like Mike Ferguson. He's a brand you can trust. and so they're going to destroy it. But then when we lose the show, I got stuck with this fucking car. It was great because my Chrysler blew the motor.
Oh, well, so at least you had.
I had the cop car.
Yeah.
Sick, rock and roll. Like, I'm a 52-year-old guy. I could have any chick I want. I'm not into that. I really love my wife. Yeah. You know, she drives me crazy, and I drive her crazy, but it's my crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I never did this for fame again.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's like, oh, you're trying to be famous. I'm like, no.
That's what everybody thinks. And
I just want the stability that comes with being successful at something.
Right. You just want to do your passions and things and live your life because of it.
Yes. And I've been very lucky and blessed in the past couple of years. Look, it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I've literally been acting. I went full-time acting in 2019.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? You know what I'm saying? How stupid is it?
It's crazy because, you know, I know a lot of people, even from my hometown, who once they hit a certain age, 25, even 30, it's like they have to figure out what they want to do and they have to stick with it. And I know so many people that would never even think to chase a dream, a childhood dream, something that they're passionate about, you know.
1,000%. Most people will never take the leap. My brother, I love him to death. He's been insurance claims adjuster for 25 years. Yeah. It's been soul crushing for him, but he's got all the stability he's ever wanted. He owns the house. He has the 401k when he retires. Will be $1 million. He is set. Yeah. I, through caution to the wind, I know nothing about retirement, but it's a good thing. I've always been a really good earner. Yeah. Because I mean, look, anything I do with business does well. Yeah. And I have a track record. I opened my first shop in Minneapolis in 94. Wow. It's still there. Check it out. Leviticus. If I opened, all of the shops I opened are still around. I left them because of me. I wasn't right. Yeah. So as a young man, I traveled around a lot. I'm from Boston. I traveled Georgia, Tennessee, like all across the United States. Because instead of fixing me, I would leave and go to someplace new.
You would find somewhere new to escape instead of facing. It's
Bang.
so hard to face it head on and not to. I mean, I would do that. Like even young, always trying to find a new hobby or something to distract me of things that have hurt me or things that I've just been avoiding.
Yeah.
You know, and over time it's built up this anxiety that I'm just now, you know, taking on.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing is I didn't start getting right. Like, I'll be honest with you, is it, the only thing I've been through therapy.
Yeah.
I've been decades of therapy because I had children. I didn't want to pass that domino principle of an abusive family member abusing and so on and so on. Was I toxic? Sure as fuck I was. Yeah. I'm an alpha male in an alpha male world. Or that they lauded that at the time. And then the world changed. Yeah. And I didn't change as fast as it did. Yeah. And I saw that. And you know, that's the thing is I don't give a fuck what anybody does. I don't. I want everybody to be happy. I think that everybody should do whatever makes them happy as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, yes.
Rock and roll all night and party every day. Here's the thing is that, like I said, is taking that leap. You're in entertainment. You're in acting. You're doing a podcast right now. Yeah. This is fucking entertainment. You are literally acting with me right now. Right. We're making something that we hopes is entertaining and they could pull something away from it. Yes. Look, I have a small, we talked about mental health. I'm going to dive into that. Being alone and stuff like that. This is not a business for people that can't handle rejection.
Oh my gosh.
I can't tell you. I did six auditions for I Think You Should Leave over a year period. They finally used it, and the shot was whack, and they didn't use it at all. Got the credit, got paid the crappy streaming rates. Yeah. YouTube pays me better than Netflix did.
Yeah, I mean, the rejection, it's like, I remember I'm from a small town in Illinois, moved here at 18, pursued dance. Yeah. Right out of college, knew nobody here, just moved here by myself, and I just want to be a dancer, you know, and that's all you think, and then you get in rooms. Now everybody that's good is in LA. Okay,
the pool is so gigantic.
You know, I was just the best in my small town. Okay, now I'm gonna come to a big city, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to an audition, and I'd show up, and there'd be like thousands of people, and they only need one spot. Yeah, and you know, a lot of times. Every time they'll line you up like a cattle call, and they'll say yes, no, just based on your look.
If you guys haven't seen Black Swan, go watch it because that's reality. It's not brutal. Far from it. Yeah,
and it's not just based on your talent anymore.
No, it never was. Let's be real. It's nothing, guys. Nothing in the world is based on talent. No. Whether you're in bodybuilding, it's all subjective to whoever's deciding, and that's the way it is. There is nothing that is ever fair. No. Get that idea out of your head.
It's all who they know, what kind of race they're looking for, your height, how you network with people. You know, it's really really political. Honestly,
that's acting too. Yeah. I mean that's anything that you want to do is usually pretty screwed up, especially when it's in entertainment, whether it be dancing, whether it be acting, whatever. And you're gonna get because all of us. Are emotionally stunted. Most artists are. I'm not saying that you are, but I have been. I didn't start really maturing until my 40s to being a full-grown adult. I'm so sorry, wife and kids. I'm sorry I put you a hell of dad growing up right alongside you. But that's the real reality of it.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a lot of maturing to do in this industry, but even compared to, you know, when I first moved here, I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
No. Like, here's the thing is in Hollywood, if you have integrity, if you're not, look, I can't tell you how many times, look, I just had my first kissing scene. Wow. My first love interest in a movie.
I was talking to George about that. Just like, I don't know how people do that. I wouldn't.
It was, here's the thing.
People do that.
It was my scene. It's so fucking sweet. Like it is sugary, sweet princess. Right. Yeah. And it was with Cody Cameron, and she is a knockout. She's a knockout, just a great girl. But this was more about love. The whole kiss and intention and intent of it was very pure.
So I have a question with, you know, I hear a lot of different takes on like actors in like love scenes, especially if you're in a relationship.
Yeah. I'm in a relationship.
You're in a relationship.
Yeah.
How does that I know some people are okay or not okay with that.
I tried to get her to do the role. I tried
Okay.
to give her the role of Mina, like literally.
Well, there. See, that's good. That's what we want to hear.
I literally told her, this is what I said to Tawana. I was like, look, this role, I'm wrapping all of these emotional attachments that are you. So if we do this movie, everything I do and say is going to be real.
Yeah.
It's still going to be real, but it's subjective for whoever. You know what I'm saying? But it was sweet. Literally what happened on screen was super sweet, and it was a super sweet setup. We kissed 4 times, and but it was just literally a peck, and then she pushes me away. The first time was
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like this. It wasn't. You know. But that's the whole thing. Is nobody wants to see me do that. I mean, there's some people out there that do, because I get the emails and I get the DMs. They slide in my DMs all the time. It's usually men too.
Ew, what?
Hey, at least they like me. I'm feeling good about that. Hey, you know, so I'm not upset, guys. Just don't send me the pee-pee pics. I don't really want to see your pee-pee. I'll be honest. I'll say hello. We could have a conversation about my movies.
Hey, fans are fans. You know.
No, and that's it. I don't give a shit. You know, here's the thing: is I used to say, when you walk in the room, you want everybody to want to fuck you or be you. And that's acting. I'm getting beyond those years to be that fuckable. I'm still daddy to everybody. It's weird. But everybody, you know, some get to that point where people come up and ask me questions.
They respect you, and you command energy when you walk into a
room. Yeah. And that's what, I come in and I suck the air out of it a little bit. It's Mike Ferguson, motherfucker. Who the fuck are you? It's funny because I have some actors. I work with all different calibers of actors. And I just worked with somebody, and he was a really nice guy, but he you could tell he doesn't get out very much. So he came in and insulted the lead actress. Insults me, like says some offhand stuff. So then I just acted all over his ass. Like I pressed him, got right in his face. He's bigger than me. He's like, look it up.
Wow.
So I pressed him, and his whole thing, his gag is literally he's just beneath me. So look, and he had a really hard time, because there was no place in the script where he could assert his manliness to me. And he had a hard time with that.
Yeah.
And I listened to him talk to the director, and I went to the director and just went in.
Yeah.
And I acted all over his ass, just like that guy at one time on that community theater stage. Acted all over my ass. But that's it, you know, it's happened a couple times when I do that with people, and I'll just, I got acted. I know how to do that, and I can do it really good. You guys aren't going to be able to keep up with me. That's, but, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. At the end of the day, we just did the movie circling back to the kissing. So you would have so if you were in a movie, and say somebody big, not Justin Timberlake, because he just canceled his tour. He sucks. But who's somebody that you find attractive? Do you mind if I? No, guy or girl, it doesn't matter. Real quick, I'll ask you. You answer, and then you can ask me anything. So what's a guy or girl that you think is attractive in actor or actress?
Okay, my growing up childhood star, Justin Bieber.
Okay. Okay, so if you did a movie with Biebs, or were doing some content that required you to kiss Biebs, you would say no.
I would say no.
Listen, if it made sense to the story of what it was,
I would say no. Mainly because I come from a very religious background.
Yeah.
That's just morally, I wouldn't do that.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Personally, but everybody's different. Everybody has a.
Yeah.
You know, I was just curious because it's different. Well, look, for everybody. Motives.
When I did that movie, the very first movie I did, American Violence, Bruce Dern, Denise, Richard Kleiman, and Michael. When they asked me, like, how do you feel about rape? Because that's literally, I'm doing stunts, and he's like, how do you feel about rape? I'm like, let me call my wife.
Yeah.
And I called her.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, that's a lot. Fucking said some other shit. I think we got in an argument or something. But I did the scene.
Yeah.
I had seconds to decide it. Did it help my career? God damn right it did.
Yeah.
Would I do that scene again? No. Well, I don't. I'm above that. I'm not the bad guy they pull out of the box, because I can act my ass.
At the time, though, it was something that propelled your career.
It 100% did. Yeah. I took that risk.
Yeah.
I took that risk. I talked to the actor beforehand. We got a trust between each other. It was awkward. It was weird, but we fully committed and got a great look, a terrible scene, but a great looking scene. And that's what mattered at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Again, it was hard for me to do that scene. I don't like those scenes. I don't like those scenes. In my movie company that I currently have, I don't want to do rapes and things like that. There's just some things I think is just gross.
Yeah.
And it's a real part of life and shit like that, but I don't want to put that in my entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And being a father of 3 kids, daughters.
Yeah.
I pick what I do. I mean, I pitch some wild shit.
Yeah.
Vaginal probiotics.
Yeah.
Women's menopause vitamins. I've done commercials for everything, and like they pay me $1.25 an hour to make fake UGC. I go to Pasadena.
Oh yeah, UGC. I do a lot of.
Yeah,
UGC
I just
videos.
show up there and boom, $1.25. I'll pitch whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then hey Mike, you got any pictures? Yeah, so I send them pictures. It's another $100. I'm like, yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Whatever. Those UGCs are 200,000, 300,000, a million views.
Yeah.
Because they're paying for it to advertise.
Yep.
So thank you, brands, for understanding Mike Ferguson is a brand you can trust.
Yes.
Because that's what everything is these days. Like, look, I'm a big, scary dude.
But you're not.
But I'm not.
You're not a big, scary dude.
To work for Ally Bank, to have that poster all over, I had to pass a criminal background check, a credit check, and a social media check. I just did another big campaign about to drop. Same thing. No, I've been a tattoo artist for 30 years. And I'm currently working at NoHo Inc. on Magnolia in North Hollywood.
Nice.
I'll be there on Saturday. Come visit me and Tawana. We're both tattooing. And
Maybe
she's
we
piercing.
should come, George, get a tattoo.
Yeah, you guys should come get a tattoo. Tawana's piercing, so she's dope as fuck. Yeah. So yeah, look, we here's the thing is.
Sorry, Dad. Just kidding. My dad is every time I get a tattoo, he's like, ah.
You know what's funny is I'm going to talk about this first on here. Is I'm not doing a bunch of other movies for people no more.
You want to do your own shit.
I'm doing my own shit. I'm not going to be doing a million low budget indie fucking movies no more. I'll go do a big movie once a year if they'll have me. I don't give a shit either way. But I've really, really enjoyed doing the YouTube. I get recognized at malls. I get recognized just in normal clothes. I get recognized at Walmart.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Yeah. Well, that's my word. But I get kids coming up to me, 2, 3, 4, 5 moms coming up to me. Oh, would you come meet my son? And like, so yeah, like it's the most.
I'm sure it warms
positive.
your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From going to being the rapist in a movie to making G-rated kids content for the past 4 years and crushing it.
Yeah.
Ryan Prunty actually gave me the tools for everything. Built me a whole career. Look, there's a 6 hours, a supercut of my story on his channel. I say, guys, go out there and watch it. It's great G-rated family improv. Weird, super weird. But G-rated improv you could put on and you could watch it over Thanksgiving. Nobody would be offended. And it's evergreen. And that's what they call it in the YouTube world.
Right.
Evergreen.
It lasts forever. You can, it's never going to go out of.
The bounty hunter will be evergreen forever.
Yeah.
This moment in time, because it's hitting so hard right now, literally 100 million views a month, and that's not a fucking lie. Because I'm at 8 different channels just rolling them all in. So since November, 100 million views a month. I'm watched more than the Oscars, the Fall Guy, and fucking a couple other, and Fallout put together. That's real. That is 100% real. And none of them can even fucking compete. Netflix, Paramount, none of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, guys. You'll come over and watch me soon. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what's happening is YouTube has made it. You guys are doing this on YouTube, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, duh. Look, I'm announcing it here first, too. Did I already announce this? A bounty hunter movie with every YouTuber that'll come and work for me because they all said they would. So literally, I'm like Topper, Brian, all these people. We're going to do a bounty hunter movie. And that's in the process of being done. Look, it's all these silly things.
Yeah.
Look, the bounty hunter is the best for my mental health. I don't have to shave my hair off after I'm done with the bounty hunter show.
Right.
Because I feel dirty. I don't have to shave my beard. You guys have seen me shave off everything.
Yeah, sometimes you come in and we're like, oh, new mic today.
Because, I just got to get rid of an old character.
Yeah.
And that's that mental health thing we're talking about. That's the way I deal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I work out. I'll be isolated. Like today, I worked out chest for 2 hours. I haven't worked out in a week, but I've been shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm running, jumping, smashing sledgehammers, that's a workout.
That's a workout.
Yeah,
Definitely.
flipping tires.
Yeah.
So on Topper Guild that came out this week, I'm teaching 3 little kids. Mikey from Darman, this little girl Ava, she's cute as 7 years old, and this young boy, another boy, I don't know his name, but I'm gonna ruin it. But in this video this week is literally I'm training them an obstacle course, breaking bricks, and then they go in the house and they, like an attack team, destroy Topper's house. We did 1,000,001 views in 1 day or 2 days.
Wow.
So
and that's just like pure entertainment.
it's pure entertainment. This is
For everybody.
for evergreen.
Yeah.
Evergreen is you can put this on, and people are. They're putting it on over dinner, watching it in the background. Look, my manager, his partner's like, my fucking kid is watching Mike on the TV right now. Like literally, my manager hit me up. This is crazy.
Right.
Everybody is. My parents know about the bounty hunter character.
Yeah.
So, you know what happened when Hulk Hogan was over? I'm more over than Hulk Hogan ever was. I'm getting 100 million views. Hulk Hogan was getting 100 million
And it's
views.
only just starting.
Yeah, that's
I
the
really
thing. Yeah,
see,
yeah.
like-
look, I got a good look. Let's be honest. For this gag, I got a good 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna pimp it out, and then I'll put another little bounty hunter out there, you know, to take my place. But I'm. It'll run forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the views.
The OG bounty hunter.
OG bounty hunters, Mike Ferguson, who took over the analytic and became the hashtag. I'm the actual analytic for YouTubers. Me and Zong were laughing about that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, a kid with 33 million followers. In Topper Guild, 30 million. When I started with him, 3.5, 2.5 years ago. Wow. 3.5 million. Now he's at 30. And look, that ain't all me. Part of it was. That's Topper. He's one of the most talented YouTubers I've worked with. When he was 14 years old, he did his first magic show.
That's
the
crazy.
Magic Castle. At the fucking Magic Castle. He's a member.
Oh my goodness.
And now he's making YouTube videos, living in a goddamn mansion.
It's like that's insane. It's the dream.
He blew up on TikTok and then transferred that over to YouTube.
That's the smartest thing you can do.
Yeah.
Especially with TikTok now.
TikTok's going away.
Potentially gonna leave. Yeah. It's gonna leave. And so YouTube's where it's at for sure. Longevity.
YouTube's where it's out. There's going to be something that
Yeah.
comes around. YouTube's never going to go away.
No.
Because look, you want to learn how to work on your car? YouTube. You want to learn how to fix your fridge? YouTube. You want to learn how to fix your television? YouTube.
You want to learn about Mike Ferguson? YouTube.
YouTube. Do you want to learn it? Look, it's like Google now in society. It's just much of ingrained in society. You know what the sad thing is? Nobody's watching cable anymore. It's just not happening.
No,
WWE
I mean, who has
signed to
cable?
Netflix.
Yeah.
A $5 billion deal. That was a nail in the coffin for network. Guys, when something is watched 1 million, 2 million times, that's not a success or a hit. The same advertising dollars are going everywhere. Chicago Fire, 9 million views. It's a failure. It's a loss.
Yeah.
Now, these are publicly traded companies, so they can keep taking their people's money and showing it to the smallest audience they can at the highest rate. Everybody's over that shit. That's the old Hollywood. Those days are done. If you're on TV, good luck.
Yeah.
Because good luck. And I hate to say it, this is real as shit. It's not happening tomorrow. It's already happened.
No.
And you guys, it's on life support.
Yeah.
Paramount Linear hasn't made money in they've lost $2.5 billion in fucking 5 quarters. So, who is it? Was it Warner Brothers sold half their catalog last year? Movies and music?
George, you know?
Yeah, it was Warner Brothers sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they tried to merge with Paramount, which they're not doing good. So they got thrown. Skydance was just trying to buy them, but they didn't get the cable deal. Cable's nobody wants to take the Spectrum deal.
No.
Cable's done. But that's what Hollywood's having a hard time. So we have all these actors that are getting paid ridiculous amounts to make movies that nobody's fucking watching.
Right.
You guys don't run shit no more. Not at all. You guys at networks don't run shit. You know who runs shit? The kids I'm working for.
Yeah.
And brands like me.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows I'm over. All the brands do because they pay me as much as I want. So, next time when you guys are like, oh, you're not doing network or anything, fuck network. For real. For real. Look, it never did shit for me. Look, I'm at the end of the day, I would love to be on a network show.
Yeah.
But that means nobody would watch it. I would have a limited audience to
Right.
5 to 6 million people.
Right.
And that's great, but that's not acting. I want my gags to be seen by the largest audience possible.
Right.
Worldwide on day one.
Yeah.
And they are.
And they are.
And that's what's amazing.
No, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, but that's what all these people talk about, what they want to do and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, if you want to become an actor, take it into your own hands. Go out there, meet people that you can make stuff with, create content, make yourself popular.
Yeah.
Nobody is worth... There is no money in
You can
acting.
create content on your... It doesn't even have to be the highest quality. Some of the stuff that blows up
Is on your cell phone.
is on your cell phone.
Look, cell phone is a 4K camera that is light adapting. You guys you could shoot a whole movie on it. You can buy the lenses, the small rigs for it. It works. I used to shoot Topper Guild's, a couple of his videos. Shutters didn't show up. We shot on iPhone.
Jeez.
It's 4K. It's easy to edit. I can do it on iMovie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have access to the entire world at your hands.
Mm-hmm.
There was no excuses. Get involved in something you like. Smaller, and if you live in a smaller town, there's plenty of commercial opportunities. There's plenty of...
Even if you live near a big city, like the amount of opportunity, like even online auditions and different self-tapes anymore. You don't even have to go to in-person auditions anymore.
No, you don't. Everything's self-tape. When I get an opportunity to in person, I do, and I usually act foolish as shit.
Yeah.
Because I want them to remember
right.
me. But look, here you are. You're successful. Is it... You used to own a company. You're out of that now. You created your own company. Mm-hmm. You two together created a company. I'm here supporting you guys every chance I get, right?
Yeah. Oh my
you guys
gosh.
were at my movie. I just shot Bitches Get Stitches. You did all the BTS. We're family. This is how the community grows. You each get a little bit better, a little bigger. You add more shit. Mm-hmm. Because it takes a community to win in this fucking business. There is no one person that wins by themselves.
No, definitely not.
It's a team of people. It's 4 or 5 people that have been working together for a while. Look at Sandler. Look at just the studio teams. Yeah. They blow up together.
Yeah.
And look at, you edited the first movie you ever did was my movie, Amityville Uprising.
And here we are. How long ago was that?
At least 3 years ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago, and that movie's had its life 3 times over. We've had it Lionsgate release, then we got it on Peacock, now it's on Hulu. So I got 6 movies on Hulu, y'all, and that's one of them, one you edited. Now here we are 3 years later. I'm a bounty hunter on YouTube getting 100 million views a month. You know what I'm saying? Fucking literally, you guys are crushing the game, doing branding. You're helping other artists develop their shit, which is dope. And any of this can be done by any of you. You have access. It's called a cell phone.
Yeah. You can do anything.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. If you want to make it happen, you have all the tools. Especially with YouTube. You can literally learn anything on YouTube.
You can learn even analytics on how to make your YouTube videos.
That's how I've learned marketing on YouTube. Yep. So everything.
Everything
you could ever dream of.
YouTube is everything. And if you guys don't think it is, you can actually watch TV on it now. You can rent movies.
Yeah.
It literally, where do you guys watch YouTube? Where do you guys watch music videos at?
YouTube.
That's the only place to watch them. Because MTV does
George just did a show, The Lesbian Homie, for Big Jaw. It just premiered
I saw
tonight.
On
YouTube. On YouTube.
Sick, yeah.
Millions of views. His past
dope.
seasons
I saw you
on YouTube.
Were promoting. See, and that's what's up. Is that people are going, they understand that. Look, I just worked with Rachel Zamello. I'm not going to pull her, but she's in her 40s, 30s, or 40s. She's mature. Her husband's mature. They've been doing YouTube 5 years. They own 18 fucking houses, 2 warehouses. Their house has inlaid floors, marble with metal in it. The ceilings are fucking inlaid. God bless you all for showing me the real.
Yeah.
Zong that I work for, he has 33 million subscribers. He started 3 years ago. That's how fast
insane.
It happens.
It
so
can
listen,
happen
I got a
overnight.
boot to my ass. I need to start making content. Shit, I might hire you guys. You never know.
You're always welcome
Listen,
to make
well,
content with us,
look,
Mike.
the whole bounty hunter property. I'm telling you, that's the next thing. I'm going to start making T-shirts.
You have a whole market there that you need to capitalize on.
That's what I'm doing. Is I'm going to go look at shirts. I'm going to go through photos and shit like that. They're like the bounty hunters and shit. Kids like it. I got kids. People tell me they love me. I love you so much, Mike. And messages. It's stupid.
Aww.
That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. When a majority of my audience tells me how much they love me, like me, you look at the comments on YouTube. It's great. Yeah. And you know, it's another one of those things. That makes you feel good. And then you look at a commercial it did, and everybody's calling you an old geezer. Fucking, he's a fucking old geezer. And shit. I'm like, sick. That's a way to bring me back down to earth. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you respond to comments that maybe aren't so nice?
I don't address them. Yeah. I don't address them. I mean, why?
Yeah.
It gives them energy. Is that? Yeah, it's hurtful. Look, hurtful comments hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not going to live in it. Mm-hmm. You know, there might have been years ago when somebody would say something that hurt me, like a whiny little baby. But that's what men do.
you know,
we don't deal with it.
It's interesting because right now there's, it's going around a lot on TikTok that we're making a lot of the wrong people famous. Yeah. And it's the people that can't handle being... it's a lot of pressure being in the eyes.
Look, to be in the public eye is super hard. I watch my P's and Q's. Yeah. I when I was separated, I didn't go out and sleep with 100 girls. It wasn't my thing. I didn't go out. I never did any of this to get chicks. I never had a problem with that. I made sure that I've kept myself squeaky clean and lived a squeaky clean life. And I don't have time to screw around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people, like, I do smoke a lot of marijuana. Mm-hmm. But you guys have seen me. It's not like it like puts a dampener on me to let me go through life easy. Yeah.
It's functional.
It's functional. I mean, that's the thing I don't smoke pot on the kids' shows. I don't smoke pot. That's not true. Sometimes I do. But for the most part, I don't. And when I'm doing stunts, I don't, and things like that. But pretty much the rest of my life, I'm stoned, and it doesn't hurt anybody. And it's
as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I smoke myself to sleep every night. It's amazing. And I wake up and smoke a joint because it just makes the day that much brighter. and you know what? I usually Uber everywhere because I like to be stoned. But today I didn't smoke pot this evening because I drove. I drove my cop car and just parked it right downstairs. Nice. Yeah. If you look at my social media, you'll see my wife. Look, my biggest struggle has been trying to connect with my wife. I love her. And even after these 4 years,
relationships are hard.
I've been chasing after her like she's the last. Look, at the end of the day, I love her. And that's the only, like, legitimate, that's all my social media. Look, I have friends, all the YouTube guys. I'm very proud of the work I do with the kids on there and connecting to people. But the what's connected to most my heart are those pictures. You'll see them. There's very handful of me and my wife. When we broke up, I scrubbed my whole social media. But then I was like, what am I doing? I'm stupid. So you guys have seen since like last November around my birthday, she popped up on my social media. But at the end of the day, it's the only thing that I really have feelings for. Like I said, I don't put my kids up there.
You don't post necessarily real life on social media. Well, besides,
it is real life. So everything that's happening on social media is usually in real time. So if you see me on a movie, you see me in Florida, you see me on this, it's every day I'm posting something because I'm doing something every day.
You're very rare. A lot of people don't post in time.
Will you get a picture of this, George?
I will, of course. Yeah, I've been snapping the whole.
Oh, okay. But that's the thing is you have to as an artist.
Yeah.
Your whole fucking job is to become famous. There is no other job you have. And when I talk about fame is
then to become a brand.
To become a brand. Yeah. So I take that. I didn't want to become famous. I want to become a brand so that I could do that. Your whole job is to become a brand. It's not about what you like, it's what the audience likes. Because you can be that actor that only acts to a room full of 100 people in that theater or 1 million people on network. Nobody's watching you. You're not a real actor. Yeah. But until you're breaking through and everybody is responding to you, negatively or positively, you're not over.
Yeah.
And our whole job is to get the widest audience possible and have them enjoy whatever that job is. So all these prima donnas.
Not posting.
Well, no. It's not just posting. You should be posting every day. You should be liking. That was one thing that Rich Piana...
Engaging with people. Networking is like the number one thing. Like building a support system.
You know how many jobs I got from Facebook?
Oh my gosh.
60% of the work I got that I've acted in was from Facebook. I messaged Louis Mandylor. You want to talk about fucking manifestation? Louis Mandylor is a great actor. He's in Big Fat Greek Wedding 1, 2, and 3. He's been in everything. He's been in Rambo. I messaged him. I was like, look, I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm going to fucking work with you. 2 months later, I was doing Breakout.
Wow.
He's cutting my partner's throat while I give a monologue about my penis. Hand to God. Real scene from the movie.
Wow.
I'm in a prison that we just took over, a mercenary talking about my partner's wife's boobs. I'm like, hold on, I got to take a pee, make a joke about him being gay in the showers, and then give a monologue about my schlonz while my partner dies. That really happened. And then 4 months later, I'm in Thailand shooting The Flood with him.
Wow.
They hit me up through Facebook. Damon Hillian hit me up on Facebook. Hey, would you do this movie for X amount? I'm like, fuck no, I'm not going to do it for that little. We negotiated. I did an audition, and less than a week later, I was flying to Thailand.
Wow.
And that's manifestation.
Totally. I totally believe in that.
Yeah, I am available anytime, any place. I will work on fucking not anything anymore.
Yeah.
But I will never say...
But the right opportunity, you will say yes to.
Yes. And no matter if I'm making a lot of money or a little money, because sometimes the opportunity is worth more. I can't tell you how many times I've had to be on something for 2 weeks, and I'm getting paid as a local.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working out of state, working as a local, and I'm just making enough just to be a little bit ahead.
Right.
Until you get some of those overtime days, and you're like, oh yeah, I just made my whole trip and my rent for 2 months. Sick.
Right.
But those are the gambles.
Yeah.
Those are the gambles I've had to make. I didn't make a lot of money on The Flood. I didn't make a lot of money on most of the movies I did. Amityville Uprising. I was a fucking lead in that movie. I think I made like less than $1,000 for it.
Yeah. All those sacrifices and roles that you have taken on for low rates, it has put you where you now are able to pick and choose what you want to do.
Look, last November, I was blessed. I was on a cruise a couple of years, not last November, last November. Showdown at the Grand came out. It was a movie I did with Terrence Howard, Dolph Lundgren, Piper Curda, Amanda Rigatti. The highest level I could do that wasn't fucking studio was still an independent fucking movie, which was a blessing. And I got to work with Terrence Howard, have monologues with him, have gunfights, 2 gunfights in the movie. I even got to call Dolph Lundgren a commie, cackling him. I've just had blessing after blessing after blessing. And again, it's positivity. Look, I can't tell you how many times I've been so... We talked about anxiety earlier.
Yeah.
I've woken up and not wanted to shower, not got in the shower till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Depressed, sad, woe is me and my shit. You know what I do? I walk right out of my apartment door, walk up those stairs, and look at the Griffin Observatory and the Hollywood sign. I could see that shit from my pool.
That's cool.
So why the fuck would I ever be sad about shit? I'm living the life that I manifested.
Yeah.
And I got the girl.
And that you worked for.
Yeah, that I worked for. And I still have the girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got the girl.
At the end of the sappy movie, the guy got the girl.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I'm slowly changing. I started to reference this earlier. Is I want to spend more time with my wife. And that's why we're looking at working together and tattooing and making more movies. And she's writing a script.
Yeah.
So she could always write. I never was a writer. I could talk real good, but we're trying to. I don't want to keep doing low budget shit movies.
Right.
I don't want to do a million more pointless horror films.
Right.
I love horror films, but I don't want to do other people's pointless ones. I want to do my own and have ownership.
Yeah.
And I want to work with my friends on these. And shit, George, I was about to buy a MacBook Pro. I swear to God, I had it in my cart. Like, literally, they sent me a thing today because I was going to teach myself. I was going to come over here, bug you, and learn. And
we can learn together.
All right, I'll buy the computer right now. Then listen, it's yeah.
Have a little editing tutorial.
Fuck it,
from
I'll message him yes here in a minute because it was $1,200 computer I'm buying. I got a MacBook Pro, 16-inch screen or something like that, but it has a 256, so I need external hard drive. But it's tits. I said to Mitch, he's like, I want to work. Found it for $1,200, and they take a firm. I'm a strong look. here's one thing too. For all you new actors out there, credit is so fucking important.
Yeah.
I never believed in it because I made cash. Cash was king. I'd have 10 grand in my pocket anytime, for real, when I owned the shops.
That's crazy.
I didn't have to worry for shit. Like it was an ATM machine. Literally had 4 shops sending me money every month. It was sick. But I never worried about credit. And in 2019, I started acting full time.
Yeah.
So I started worried about my credit then, which I had like a 400 or something ridiculous. Now I have like 30 credit cards. I don't use them. I got like 60, 70,000 in credit cards, but I don't use them. I do micro transactions.
Yeah.
And then when they go out of zero APR, I don't use that card unless it's for a large purchase, and they'll break it down. I didn't know anything about credit. My parents didn't teach me about fiscal.
They don't teach that in school either.
Look, I made millions of fucking dollars through tattooing. Like, I made ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
And my parents didn't teach me fiscal responsibility. I had fucking a watch collection worth like 50, 60 grand. I lived in a house with a black bottom pool with 5 bathrooms for 20 years. And look, I was new money. I was stupid. See this whole turnaround though. Now I have a film company. Now I have partners that we're blending our incomes to make more money.
Right.
Now, because nothing is done by one person.
No.
You take a couple, 2 or 3 people with a little bit of push, and you can do fucking anything. And you can beat or fight anything. A movie I was just in, The Occult. It was originally called The Terror by Peter Hio. Comes out in October. He's putting that in fucking theaters. It's an independent movie guy putting it in theaters. We are putting Bloodbath Films in theaters. I have a meeting on Thursday.
That's exciting.
Talking about putting it in 700 theaters on military bases across the United States. So I have an end goal, an end result. I don't want to be famous. I want to own a fucking company and kick back and make content with me and my friends.
Yeah.
That's
the dream life.
Yes.
The freedom to do what you want with the people you like and enjoy working with.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I've had it a couple times in my life.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
No, but it's just now your passion. Now your new adventure.
New adventure with a new Mike Ferguson. Look, I want to say I am so sorry to everybody that worked for me in the past because I was a miserable prick. I want to say Chris Cook, Joey Remmers, all those guys. I was a rough guy. It was a rough business back then. But I want to say you guys all turned out to be amazing artists. And thank you. Thank you for your dedication and time. And sucking it the fuck up to make it through it. You guys did something right. Thanks, guys.
Mike Ferguson.
Yeah, brand you can trust.
Like we should just slogan that into.
It is Mike Ferguson. Look, I'm not making this up. It's Allied Bank making this up. It's another large company, which I can't talk about right now. It's testosterone. It's women's vaginal probiotics. It's women's menopause vitamins. It's Active Fit T-shirts. It's some other workout. Listen, I'll pitch anything. Beard Club. Yeah, I was viral on Beard Club for 2 years.
The heck? The Bounty Hunter. You can't forget that one. That one's my favorite.
It's all of them. It's just Mike Ferguson. At the end of the day, it's Mike Ferguson is a brand you can trust.
Yes.
So if I'm showing you something, it's worth it that you buy it.
Yeah. Well, Mike, thank you for being the realest, I think, person I'll probably ever have on this podcast, to be honest.
Yeah. Right on the real death of the fakers.
Yeah. And thank you for telling your story. And I know you're going to inspire a lot of people to do cool shit.
Look, here's the thing. I used to have the slogan I used to say is fuck your couch. Because I used to sit on my couch. Like when I was starting to do great,
yeah,
I got pacified. And I didn't keep pushing it. And I didn't keep going. And that was my mistake. And I've restarted 2 or 3 times my whole life. You can restart whenever you want. I started acting at 48. I have 200 movies under my belt.
Yeah. Guys, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Never too late to follow your dreams, your passions.
Yeah. Suck at them. Look, here's the internal monologue I give myself all the time because I deal with anxiety. Suck it the fuck up, Buttercup. If you don't do it, 10 other motherfuckers will.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it. That's all the words of wisdom Ferguson's got for y'all.
All right, guys. Mike, what's your Instagram handles? Where can we find you and keep up to date?
You can find me everywhere. I'm on Mike.Ferguson on TikTok. It's still going to be there. Mike Ferguson, Bounty Hunter, Hero for Hire on YouTube. Mike Ferguson 71 on Instagram. I've got some, I don't know what's, the Twitter or whatever. Is it called? What's it called? X. I've got one of those accounts, but it's just, I barely use it.
Yeah.
But you can find me anywhere. Look, guys, all you have to do is Google my name. It's funny that I say that, but seriously, it's all there. Just Google Mike Ferguson or put my name in YouTube. It's that easy.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions for Mike, go ahead and comment down below and let me know if you want us to do a part 2 in the future.
Goddamn right you do.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of new things to talk about with all the stuff you have coming out. So
you guys have no idea. I love y'all.
All right. Unposted Podcast. We will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Sick.